The film opens in a Swedish city ravaged by unpredictable earthquakes triggered by underground mining. The tremors cause widespread destruction and leave residents scrambling to find safety. We then meet Frigga, the head of security for the mining area. Equipped with specialized gear, she investigates the tremors' cause and intensity. Meanwhile, she juggles personal obligations, including her son's birthday and a meeting with her fiancé. Upon returning home with her ex-husband for the surprise party, Frigga discovers her son missing. Before she can investigate, a powerful earthquake hits, registering 3.8 on the Richter scale. Sensing heightened danger, Frigga tasks her daughter with finding her son and sets off for the mines, her unmatched knowledge of the local mountains making her uniquely qualified to help. Despite an ominous sign, a dog fleeing the city, Frigga ventures into the heart of the disaster zone. A seasoned security chief at the mines, Frigga faces a crisis. With 108 workers trapped underground and rescue efforts underway, she volunteers to enter the mines to assess the damage from recent explosions. Her ex-husband, the mining supervisor, accompanies her. Deep within the mines, 520 meters, Frigga uses a tapping technique to gauge the mountain's stability. Drone footage and her own probing reveal a troubling truth: continuous blasts have weakened the upper chambers. A single blow from Frigga sends a cascade of rocks tumbling, exposing a vast, ominous hollow area stretching 1.5 kilometers, directly beneath their city. Meanwhile, Frigga's daughter searches for her missing brother, last seen near the mines. The situation becomes terrifyingly clear. The entire city hangs over a precarious precipice. With time running out, Frigga makes a critical decision. Frigga, the security chief, knows the city is in imminent danger. Despite her ex-husband's reassurances that the mountain is merely shifting, Frigga recognizes the dire situation. "We don't have much time. We have to evacuate the city," she insists. Their conversation is abruptly cut short as the ground beneath them gives way, forcing them to flee the collapsing mineshaft. Meanwhile, news reaches Frigga's fiancé that the earthquake has caused water pipes to burst, triggering an exodus of insects and animals from the city, a chilling sign of impending disaster. As if that weren't enough, 108 miners remain trapped. Frigga's fiancé emerges from the rescue station to find her daughter chasing after a boy. He intercepts them and learns a shocking truth: the boy, along with Frigga's son and his friend, had stolen her car to party near the mines. The friend admits to passing out and having no idea where Frigga's son is. The scene cuts to a tense Frigga inside a safety truck deep within the mines. Trapped deep within the mines, Frigga is consumed by worry. The massive hollow space above threatens to collapse, burying the entire city beneath tons of rock. Fear for her city surpasses her own fear. Ignoring the falling debris, she determines to escape and warn everyone. However, their escape route is blocked. They press on, hope dwindling with each dead end. Finally, Frigga spots a tiny crevice, a possible escape route. She clears it, squeezing through the narrow opening. Her ex-husband follows, but his larger frame gets lodged. In a heart-wrenching decision, Frigga knocks him unconscious with a hammer to pull him free. One by one, they emerge. But tragedy strikes as their colleague gets pinned by shifting rocks during the escape. Despite Frigga's desperate efforts, the woman perishes. The scene shifts to Frigga's fiancé and daughter, searching for her son near the abandoned mineshaft where the film began. The tension escalates as Frigga and the rescue team discover a gaping crack in the earth, emanating a ringing cell phone sound. A trapped child is revealed, but not Frigga's son. Emerging from the mines, Frigga grapples with the weight of her colleague's death. Meanwhile, her daughter calls from atop the mineshaft, reporting no sign of her brother. Frigga urges her daughter to flee the area as the city teeters on the brink of collapse. Back in the city, pandemonium erupts as the evacuation sirens blare. Confused citizens throng the streets, witnessing a horrifying sight: a massive crack splitting the road. Frigga's car becomes trapped in the fissure as she and her ex-husband desperately scream at the crowd to evacuate. But will anyone heed their warnings in time? In a terrifying climax, the crack in the road widens rapidly. Just as the danger becomes apparent, Frigga's fiancé manages to pull her daughter back to safety from the widening gap. From a distance, Frigga watches in horror as the mountain caves in, swallowing the entire city whole in a matter of seconds. Dust billows into the sky as countless lives are tragically lost. The devastation leaves Frigga and the survivors reeling in shock. The injured are rushed to the hospital, where Frigga finds herself. It's here that her son's friend reveals a glimmer of hope. He saw her son at a party near the mines before the disaster. With renewed purpose, Frigga gathers her family and races to the school, fearing the worst. The sight that greets them is grim. The school is completely destroyed. Fear for her son's life tightens its grip on Frigga's heart. But then, amidst the wreckage, they hear a faint voice calling for help. It's her son. They discover him trapped in a basement under a collapsed roof, along with an injured girl. Without hesitation, Frigga lowers a rope to help them escape. However, her family's impulse to follow her down is stopped. Frigga recognizes the danger. The weakened structure and the ominous crack mirror the one she saw in the mountains, another terrifying premonition of a potential collapse. The climax reaches a fever pitch as the injured girl tragically succumbs to her injuries before Frigga can reach her. With unwavering determination, Frigga enters the precarious crevice to save her son. Disaster strikes again as a metal pole pierces her leg, but even the searing pain can't deter her. Through tears and blood, Frigga expresses her love for her son, promising to prioritize his happiness above her own. Their heartfelt exchange is cut short by a falling table, suspending her son precariously. In a desperate act of courage, Frigga's daughter rappels down to join the rescue effort. Together, they manage to free Frigga from the metal pole. The rescue seems within reach, but as they attempt to pull Frigga up, the ground beneath her crumbles. With seconds to spare, Frigga's daughter swings the table towards her, providing a precarious escape route. Just as they climb onto the table, the weight overload snaps the cable Frigga's husband is holding. Electrocuted by the live current, he sacrifices himself to save his family, his last words entrusting their care to Frigga's fiancé. Miraculously, the rescue team arrives and pulls everyone to safety. The survivors are forever marked by this harrowing ordeal. The film concludes with a somber reminder of the enduring impact of such tragedies.